Hello everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a look here at Bitcoin Cash, see kind of what's going on. I got a tremendous amount of requests this morning for this coin, and everyone's kind of wanting to find out how much higher it's going to go, and just generally speaking, is it in good shape or not? And I totally get that. We'll cover that and much more. Not a financial advisor though, just kind of preface, let you know, I do love teaching people how to trade though. This is my full-time job. I do this every day for a living, and I've been trading for well over 15 years, so I've developed a good, decent foundation of being a pretty consistent trader. I average about 80%. So if you want to become a better trader, again, CryptoCache.tech is the website, link in the description below, where you can learn to become a better trader. I have a Signal group, trading community, trading academy, the whole 9 yards, everything's included. So check that out in your own time. Here's what's going on here with Bitcoin Cash. So let's go ahead and look at the big picture. Simply put, we're back up over the 50-day SMA. That's fantastic news. We really like to see that. Now, the one-day candlestick hasn't closed yet. It's a little premature to say, but in general, it's looking like it wants to go ahead and do that. So if we can maintain the price point, just say above 330, we'll be in pretty good shape to go ahead and close above that and essentially consider that a support level. We also have, and this isn't a amazing trend line, but it is still holding this trend. In other words, it hit 273 is one of the lower one-day candlestick closes recently, then went 278 and then 295. So it's continuing to progress higher as it goes on. So you could argue with the fact that this is still making higher lows, and that to me is important. So again, the fact that this most recent low isn't lower than the previous is an extremely good sign. That's extremely important. That explains why the price was able to ramp back up, and I'm willing to guess we see a lot more volume today, which we have, and that's extremely important too. So if we can maintain this volume, I have no doubt that Bitcoin Cash will continue to increase and break its most recent high. Again, there's a lot that needs to happen between now and then, but that's generally the concept. Increased volume increases the potential of the price to continue much higher. Without it, it could just get sold off and pushed right back down. Okay. Again, I know it's pretty obvious, but just kind of reiterating that. We do have a resistance here that's coming into, so right now with the price action being right where it's at, 340, that is potential resistance zone for the RSI. Now, what I mean by that is on the one-day candlestick here, of course, so the one-day candle's not closed yet, but generally speaking, 50 in the RSI can work as a resistance. So it just kind of implies that this little area here, which you can kind of see was a previous resistance for a couple of days, could continue to maintain itself as such. And that's perfectly fine if that's the case. We just need more volume to kind of break through, but we might see the candle close roughly close to where we're at right now, or possibly below, based on that sentiment. Again, not a bad thing, but one thing I do like is that the bearish momentum is waning, so we are looking pretty good in that sense. We should expect the price to continue to progress higher, or at least sideways from here, to channel in this range before it breaks out to the upside. Again, that's a worst case scenario. I'm not saying that it's going to go straight sideways from here, but if it continues to honor this trend line, within a few weeks or months, the price will continue to just average higher every time it hits a low. So the new low will effectively be higher than the previous, and that's a good sign. That shows growth and that shows consistency, and that's what we want to look for. Looking at the 4 hour here though, let's kind of see what's going on. We can kind of see obviously pretty strong 4 hour candles here. Two of them, in fact. They're both very, very healthy. And what I mean by healthy is just that the amount of volume is kind of telling and helps us understand generally that this should continue to maintain its price point. Right here is a 200-day simple moving average as well, right around 337 or 340 is a round number. So again, that could be a point of resistance. We can get a candlestick close above that, we'll be in good shape. So this next 4 hour candle can close above 340. We'll be in very, very good shape there to continue to progress higher. Once again, as long as the volume is there. Okay, so good stuff here in that sense. In other words, we have quite a few more hours left in this momentous trend before it turns around, at least regarding the 4 hour time frame. Now we'll look at the 1 hour to kind of see if we're exhausted or not. We probably are getting close because it's about 8 hours of continuation. But generally speaking, we should experience some sideways action from here, consolidation at this resistance level, and then a leg up. Or preferably it breaks through there, comes down and tests that as a support level. But you can see a lot of, a decent amount of volume was accumulated at this price point, and that should work as a support based on that sentiment. Now, if we kind of look at just say the most recent relevant data, we have the most amount of volume accumulation right at about 323. And that is approximately in the last 1 week's worth of trading. So in the last 1 week, we've seen the most amount of volume accumulation at 324, 323 range. And with the price being higher than that, that gives a very good sign, kind of letting us know we're on the right side of those tracks. That's a good sign. So again, it's not like something you want to consider taking a trade on based on that one metric, but it's a really good helpful indication to let us know that we're on the right side. And we can also see, of course, this MACD convergence occurred yesterday in the morning. So basically this is kind of telling us yesterday it's willing and ready to ramp back up. And of course that push right through 50 on the RSI is a big deal. So a lot of good stuff here in that sense. The 4-hour time frame is telling us that we have a nice healthy transition from bearish to bullish sentiment. And as long as the volume can continue to maintain, we're going to be in pretty good shape. Let's take a look here at TD sequential. We are overextended here. So if you kind of look at this here, of course, it came up, it got a little reset here with this consolidation, then from a 1 to a 7 all the way up to a 9 plus. So we are kind of in overtime on the 1-hour time frame. So if you look at that just in itself, alone, that tells us we're overextended on the micro time frame, the smaller time frame. That being said, we should expect the price to kind of consolidate closer to this range. It might come down to bounce off of 330 as basically a Fibonacci retracement level. But what will likely happen is the price will just continue sideways here from probably around 340. And I wouldn't expect a monumental increase from here because again, we've used a lot of gas to get here. We need to calm down and relax. So if it can get some good consolidation sideways for the next 5 to 10 hours, then we'll be able to have this strong leg up and another push to the upside with more volume. So all in all, I can confidently say that Bitcoin Cash is looking pretty darn good. It checks all the boxes. It's well above the cloud too. You just got to understand it's a little on the overextended side on the shorter time frame, and a slight pullback and or consolidation is very likely. I wouldn't expect the price to continue to shoot higher unless, of course, Bitcoin goes on a rampage and hits 42,000 plus. Okay, that would be a case point where we might see something. But for now, we're expecting Bitcoin to kind of channel trade between 40 and 42,000. And that being said, Bitcoin Cash should follow suit, only obviously a bit more of an amplitude, or with more amplitude, if you will. So again, definitely looking good. Just keep in mind, we'll probably see a little bit of sideways action here, but I do think that we could see the price be more likely to increase, pending we get a nice solid close above 340. If we get a close like 350 or 360, well, that'd be probably a lot, but just say 345, that'd be even better, because then we'd be able to have that consolidation at that support level, and then of course have more leg up from there. So again, Bitcoin Cash is in good shape. I just wouldn't expect it to go parabolic in the immediate future, but it's definitely looking very good. Okay, so continuation is likely here. That being said, I hope you learned something here today. Of course, if you want to become a better trader, CryptoCache.tech is the website. I look forward to working with you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for your time.